Hello. I'm glad to welcome you to this time together to talk a little bit about some of the questions we've received regarding primarily the COVID-19 situation. One of the first questions I got was, why haven't we heard from the city? Well, one of the reasons that we haven't done anything before this is that we are working under the same emergency declarations as Henderson County. It would be very confusing if each of the municipalities had different rules from what the county has. If Hendersonville set its own rules and they were different from what Laurel Park had, which is different from Henderson County, it would just get very confusing to people. So we just felt in the beginning that we would follow along with the same guidelines that Henderson County has. So when Henderson County has their updates, it includes all information, including the city of Hendersonville. And I do want to thank the Henderson County administration, the emergency services, the health department, the hospitals. Everyone is working together on this coronavirus situation. And we have a good relationship with them. They include all the data from Hendersonville as well as county-wide. So we depend on them very much, and we work very closely with them to see that the information that our citizens need gets out. Also want to tell you a little bit about the city's direct response, what we are doing with our employees. We have tried to follow guidelines. A lot of employees are working from home. Some are on alternate days. Our direct line workers, including our fire department, our police department, our public works employees, are all using the best practices as far as masking, gloves as needed. So we are doing the best we can to protect them. It did become necessary to close the public service window downstairs, again, to protect the employees that were working there and the people who would come in and sometimes line up for payments or to get information. People can still call the city. We do have people answering as usual. You can get information at the city website. Payments can be dropped off in one of the boxes, either in the lobby or the one that's in the parking lot. Or you can always pay your utility bills online. If for some reason you are not able to do any of those, we are not closing or disconnecting any of the water accounts that we have. We are not going to put people in that situation. So when you are finally able to come in and make your payments, that will certainly be taken into consideration. You won't have to worry about that. Some of the other questions that I have received have to do with city events. We have, our bears are coming out, but instead of the usual unveiling in person, it's going to be done virtually. So on May the 15th at 6 p.m., you will be able to watch the virtual unveiling of the bears on the city's Facebook page. Rhythm and Brews, we're not starting in May. We are starting at this point. We're currently scheduled to start June 18th. There may be some limits to that, what goes on there, but we will let everyone know about that. Our farmers market is at this point scheduled to open May 16th, 8 a.m. That's on a Saturday at the depot. So we will, again, get further information about that. And the Garden Jubilee, even though it's not officially a city event, it is sponsored by the Tourism Development Authority, is still going to be held, but not with the big displays on Main Street that we've all gotten used to and enjoyed in past years. Instead, each of the growers throughout Henderson County will be sponsoring their own exhibits and maybe have a couple of vendors on their property. The Tourism Development Group will be putting out a map and further information, have information on their website. So over the Memorial Day weekend from Friday through Monday, people can go around and visit all the different growers and purchase the things they normally would purchase on Main Street. They'll be able to purchase directly at those growers' properties. So those are the things that are coming up that will give you something to do, as well as the city's parks and greenway are still open, so that's another way of getting out and getting some exercise with your family. Again, just social distancing from other individuals and other groups, but we do encourage you to take advantage of those. A couple of the questions that did come in, one had to do with concerns about some of the restaurants and retail establishments that are doing takeout, service of some sort, or drive up and pick up service, that they are not all wearing masks and gloves. It is not required at this point in the state of North Carolina or Henderson County that they do this. So it's not something that we would police, since it is not a requirement. But if you're concerned about this, it's certainly your right as a customer to ask if they would mind in the future wearing masks and or gloves. They will get appreciate the feedback from you, and you as a customer can feel more comfortable if you let them know how you feel about their situation. The other question had to do with the statistics that are reported for the state and for Henderson County. It was a question, is it only public hospitals or are private hospitals? All data from public and private hospitals is included. The data that you get on the Henderson County website includes data from getting used to the new names, Advent Health, Hendersonville, as well as Pardee Hospital. It's all included on the website. We are fortunate to have two excellent medical facilities in this community. We have been fortunate in that they have not been overwhelmed the way some hospitals, for example, in New York have been. They've been able to treat the patients that have come in without undue stress on their systems. So they are working very well with the patients that they see, as well as working with the patients that are in the care facilities that have been hit so hard. Those were the only questions we had. If you have further questions, please let us know. We'd be happy to do this again, try to answer more of the questions you have regarding Hendersonville, how we're handling this COVID situation. I just want to close by thanking all those frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, emergency personnel, as well as folks like the people who stock the grocery stores, who are in there working overtime to see that you have the food, the other items that you need. And also all of our thoughts go out to those who have either contracted the disease, to those who have lost family members. It's terrible not to be able to be with them in their last few days. So we would like to keep you safe. We will continue to follow the guidance of the state of North Carolina and Henderson County. We just want to have everyone stay safe, and we hope that very soon our businesses who have suffered so much will be able to open up again, even on a limited basis, and eventually go back to fully functioning. We wish all of them the best and all of you the best. Thank you.